the American Legion Post 132. I'd like to welcome you all, and I thank you all for coming today to this absolutely wonderful occasion. In my heart and in my mind, this is something that has been long overdue and overlooked for quite some time. To give you a little bit of history, Sergeant Francis M. Glynn, who our post is named after, shortly after March of 1919, when the National Organization of the American Legion was founded, local veterans discussed the forming of a Franklin Post. An organizational meeting was held on September 12, 1919 at the neighborhood house, and Morris H. Simmons was elected as temporary chairman. There were 23 attendees present, signed the application for a charter. They were Joseph Coleman, Leonard Sweeney, Morris Simmons, Alfred Littell, George Morrison, Percy Case, Claude Webb, Norman Holdoff, William Clemens, Irvin Jones, Frank E. Flynn, Horace Fletcher, John Millick, Irving M. Crum, Chester A. Shepard, F.C. Palmer, W.F. Edwards, Charles L. Astel, and Fred E. Garrity. At this meeting, the post was named in the memory of the first local serviceman of World War I to die in service, Sergeant Francis M. Glynn. Sergeant Francis Glynn was buried in St. Thomas Cemetery at Ogdensburg, where the first of 5 services is held annually on Memorial Day. Morris Simmons was elected as the first post commander. During a special meeting on September 25, 1919, 4 additional officers were elected. They were Sweeney, vice commander, Edward Rowe, adjutant, Joseph Coleman, finance officer, and Francis Flynn, historian. The purpose of this and all the numerous American Legion posts throughout the world can best be described by the preamble of the Constitution. Legionnaires, please follow in unison. For God and country, we associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster 100% Americanism, to preserve the memories and incidents of our associations in the Great Wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the community, state, and nation, to combat the hypocrisy of both the classes and the masses, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit to prosperity the principles of justice, freedom, democracy, and consecrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual helpfulness. At this time, for now and hopefully forever standing, we, Sergeant Francis M. Glynn, Post 132, dedicate this road to Sergeant Francis M. Glynn. I'd like to thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. Please now join us back up at the post for our flag retirement ceremony. Mayor? Yes. We actually...